Hello, YouTubers. Joe Kersey here on Monday, May 2nd, 2016 at 10:20 in the morning Eastern Time. Well, yesterday, of course, was Sunday, and I read it the 10:30 service, but on the way up, I decided to leave a little early so I could go to Giant Eagle and get some beer, uh, and I did. And I got out of there in good time to get up to the church in time. I like to get there about five till 10, or between 5 till 10 and 10 after, or 5 after 10. Get ready for the 10:30 service, and I did. And then when I was putting on my alb, uh, I noticed the front left pocket of my pants didn't feel right. Uh, and that's where I usually keep my billfold, which I've had since I was 17. And it wasn't there. So I, of course, immediately think, oh, where can it be? Where can it be? Where can it be? And so I thought, well, maybe it fell out in the truck. I mean, it does do that, not very often, but sometimes it's done that. And I thought, well, I'll look around the front seat area. No. Well, maybe it fell out of, maybe for some reason I put it in my jacket pocket, which I almost never do. Uh, I've carried my billfold in my front pocket since I was 19, and went to Europe for the first time. I looked back where I'd put the beer, in the back seat area. Wasn't there. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Well, see, what, in my mind, then I kind of reconstructed what happened. They give you these receipts, when you buy something down there. Well, it's not something I need to save for any record keeping I'm doing. And so I sort of wadded up and I shoved it into my front pocket on top of my billfold. And I thought, well, there's a trash can right outside the front door of the Giant Eagle. I thought, I'll just throw that in there, And I got there and I sort of put my arm in there, my hand in there, and I fumbled, and it wouldn't come out easily. I thought, well, screw it, I'll throw the thing away at church. And I thought, I must have pulled the wallet out, billfold out, when I was horsing around with this damn receipt, and decided not to throw it away. And it's a good thing I didn't, because that had the phone number of the store. So I called the store, and the service desk said, yeah, they'd look for it, and said, can you wait? I said, yeah, I can wait. I said, because I don't have enough time to get down there and back, before I have to attend this service. And it was probably about 3 or 4 minutes, and she says, yeah, somebody. She says, what's your name? And I said, Joe Kersey. She says, yeah, somebody, found it just outside the front door and turned it into the desk. Thanks be to God, and whoever was God's instrument in that. Wow. So after church, I went down there and picked this thing up, and everything was intact, money, all the cash. I tend to carry a moderate amount of cash with me, because, sometimes you need to have a couple $100, if something happens. And, of course, my driver's license. I have 2 credit cards in there. I have my state medical license. Those are the 4 important things I carry in there. All of which would have been just a major pain to replace. The cash, well, yeah, sure, okay. I wouldn't been happy for it to be gone, but that's trivial. Thanks be to God on that. So got home and I didn't get home. Obviously, it was just about a little bit before 1 o'clock in the afternoon, uh, and then I got taking care of some email stuff, and then of course then we have the Sunday Skype with Tony Pincham and Tony BZ from Seattle, which was very pleasant, and went on sort of the usual sort of couple hours, and uh, in the meantime, while we were on the Skype, my neighbor Henry Fine called and said, is it okay if we come over at 7 and bring pizza and calzones? I said, yeah, I think we could probably stretch that far. And so they came over. Well, actually, they didn't come over until a little after 8 because I knew that would be when they would come over, because when Henry says 7, he generally means about a little over an hour after he names the time. I mean, he's chronically running late. But nonetheless, they brought over, and it was good. And so we sat around about 10:30 and talked and ate and drank. So it was a full day filled with lots of little good perks. Thank you, God, and Henry and Liz, and whoever turned this thing in. And this morning, normally I do the prayer list for our prayer group the first day of each month, but I wasn't able to do that yesterday. So this morning I was up bright and early and did the prayer list, and got that mailed out. And as occasionally happens, you email this thing out, and you get that shakes the trees, and you start getting updates. Well, why the fuck can't you send me the update? I mean, you guys know I send this out the end of the month or the first part of the month. Just send me news when you have it. So I've already gotten three updates. I knew that would happen. Anyway, there's two people that don't want to get it by email. Well, one doesn't have email at all, and the other says she's tired of using email. So I print out hard copies and land mail them those, and Paul just went up to the Delaware County offices, because right now he's on Medicaid, which is the Ohio welfare medical stuff. But since he's got this job, he's got to inform him he's got this job and that the benefits will kick in 90 days. And so he took his pack of materials, got in his truck and left. Fortunately, I was able to catch him just before he pulled out of the driveway to have him stop by the post office and mail this stuff to these two women that don't get, email or don't want to do email. Either don't have it or don't want to do it anymore. So that's been my morning. Plus, I've been emailing back and forth with a fellow that I emailed back and forth with in Cornwall, who's a lot of fun and sounds like a very kind and decent fellow. So on that note, I'm going to say bye-bye, YouTubers.